welcome to I24 News Sports Weekend Edition with some of the biggest stories from the world of sports this past week. It's been a week dominated by football news, both on and off the pitch, and of course the biggest headlines came from football's international governing body, FIFA. Just 4 days after being re-elected as FIFA's president for a fifth term, Sepp Blatter understood there's just too much pressure and decided to walk away. It may have been the embarrassing arrest in Zurich just a day before the opening of the FIFA Congress. Maybe it was the harsh criticism coming from UEFA, or maybe the fear of being arrested himself. Something must have made him realize it's time to go. Michael Friedman brings us the story and the reactions.
An earthquake has rocked the football world. The mighty and powerful Sepp Blatter has resigned from FIFA. The 79-year-old has been with FIFA for 40 years, the last 17 as its president, but has now decided to walk away from the organization.
It is my deep care for FIFA and its interests, which I hold very dear, that has led me to take this decision. I would like to thank those who have always supported me in a constructive and loyal manner as president of FIFA, and who have done so much for the game that we all love. I repeat, what matters the most to me is the institution, which is FIFA and world football. I thank you for hearing me.
News of his departure made headlines throughout the world, and many who opposed him could not hold back.
Oh, it's a very good day for football. You know, we needed change at FIFA, and this is the change we wanted. So we're a bit smug and delighted.
Accusations of scandals and bribery have dogged FIFA since Qatar was awarded the 2022 World Cup. New developments continue to emerge over where huge sums of money were coming and going. But with everything, the timing of Blatter's monumental announcement seems to be the most surprising. He was re-elected for his fifth term just 4 days before his surprising announcement Tuesday, and many wish his resignation had come earlier.
That's absolutely the right decision and overdue. It's actually a strategy that he didn't spare himself and all of us all that by doing it sooner.
Blatter's biggest opposition in the recent FIFA presidential elections came from Prince Ali of Jordan, and he is especially glad Blatter has stepped down.
Well, first of all, I think that I'm very happy that the change happened. We need to work, and we need to work on the world to change the image of FIFA.
Many believe the Prince will be the top candidate to take over the vacant position, and football supporters around the world are thrilled to see new hope for the game.
If he goes, I think a bunch of top-flight FIFA members will go, and I think that cleans it up from the top as opposed to from the middle levels where you'd expect it to go from. He's definitely gone. And that culture, I think, will be eradicated in the next few years.
So with the feeling of change on the horizon, it is absolutely critical for new reforms to dispel the dark cloud that has been casted over FIFA.
I think whatever it will be, this president has to 100% support the full reform of the structure. And he cannot do that only with the 209 federations. So it's not about the president, it's about the structure and the changement and the involvement of players, fans, as well as clubs. If we don't do that, then we will not make any progress.
So what's next for football? Who will be the new head of the most popular sport in the world? It's way too early to tell. The next elections will only be held sometime between December and March. But the most important thing for football lovers around the world is the feeling and belief that the game we all love and care for so much may finally be moving in the right direction.
And Michael is here with me in the studio. Hi, Michael. Thank you for coming.
Hi.
So, as you have said, many questions arising. One name that's repeated again and again, Qatar. If it wasn't for Qatar, maybe everything would have still gone under the radar. Yep. And the big question now, should Qatar, as some people in England have said, should they be worried? Is there a chance that FIFA will really move this World Cup from Qatar? There's still time. It's 7 years to go.
I mean, the corruption, the bribery, the wrongdoings, they've gone back years, even maybe decades. So a lot of this has emerged because of Qatar. Everyone, as soon as they heard the reaction that Qatar received the World Cup, questions emerged. It was like instant scandal.
Because up until Qatar, we knew there was corruption. We just, but all the choices, there was certain logic to it.
South Africa, Brazil, you know,
makes sense. Even Russia.
Even there was questions, even Russia. But Qatar, with weather going to 45 degrees, with migrant workers having horrible conditions, to just every possible reason that no sporting culture, no football there. It seemed crazy to everybody. So the first thing you think about is who's getting paid off, who's getting bribed, and what can be is very questionable. There is years away from the Qatar World Cup, so maybe they'll change it. Russia is a definite. There's not going to be any move from there. But Qatar, they'd have to be careful. Things could emerge even worse, and they could lose it.
Yes, things can emerge, and there's still time to go. Another question you have raised, who will be the successor? We're now learning the front runner seems to be Michel Platini.
Absolutely.
He cannot... You can't say no to an offer like this to go run for FIFA presidency. On the other hand, he is leading UEFA into Euro 2016 in his native France, where he won as a captain in 1984. Wow. It's not an easy decision for Platini.
It's not an easy decision, but it's definitely a good decision. If he decides to go to FIFA, Michel Platini, he is well respected in the football community, in the football world. What he's done with UEFA has been very promising. And he's been one of the biggest advocates for Blatter leaving. He really wants change to emerge. So if he wants to be the head of the largest football governing body in the world, this would be a great opportunity. It'd be hard for him to say no to that job opportunity.
A lot of things to watch for Platini, for UEFA, for FIFA. We'll follow that. Michael Friedman, you stay with us for our next subject as we head to the action on the pitch, where it was another disappointing season in the Premier League for Arsenal. The Gunners have now gone 11 years without winning a championship, but it's a different story when it comes to the FA Cup. The North London club took the trophy home for the second straight season, meaning they have won the oldest competition in the world more than any other club.
Arsenal and Aston Villa met in the FA Cup final, and both teams were hoping to return home with the coveted silverware. The Gunners dominated the match from the beginning and scored in the 40th minute after breaking down Villa's defense and leaving Theo Walcott to score with an impressive half volley. What a great moment for the Arsenal forward, who spent almost a year out due to injury.
No, well, not at all. I've worked really hard, and the manager has shown his faith in me. And yeah, I just want to repay him and the Arsenal fans and their support. And I missed last year due to injury and personal problems, but it was nice to come back with a bounce and in a winning team.
Early on into the second half, Alexis Sanchez then beat the keeper with a splendid goal from outside the box. And just minutes later, the Gunners' captain Per Mertesacker headed in a goal from a corner kick. And Aston Villa's fan Prince William did not look pleased. The match was already won, but in stoppage time, Oliver Giroud added the final goal of the night as he flicked the ball into the net after a cross by Chamberlain. 4-0 was the final score, and Theo Walcott was especially glad to help lead his Gunners.
The team is blessed and we've got a fantastic squad. I've been here for a long time, and this is truly the best squad I've worked with, and I believe that we could go and challenge next year.
Arsenal manager Arsene Wenger also praised his squad for a fantastic performance.
It's very sweet and I'm very proud, you know. It's, if nobody else has done it, it's not so easy, and you always want to achieve different things, but I'm even much more happy with the quality of our performance and the fact that you could win the FA Cup again in a very convincing way.
Arsenal have now won back-to-back FA Cups, and with this record 12th victory, the Gunners can now end the season with at least one piece of silverware.
Michael, there is one piece of silverware, as you've said, but with the budget they have, with the players they have, I'm sure the fans want the championship. FA Cup is beautiful. They want more.
Back-to-back FA Cups is fantastic. It's a start, but the Premier League is what they desire. Next season, there's going to be a lot of pressure for Wenger to provide that for the club. I mean, they've gone a decade without the title, so it's something important. This is a step forward, but as Mourinho even said, you can't play just part of the year. This is something from August to May.
Always count on Mourinho to give you that
extra little jab.
That thing that hurts you.
So Wenger, you know, his team needs to play match after match. They can't have just spells. So this is progress for the team, but ultimately everything from the players to the management to the top, they want that title.
And who should we expect to come? We're hearing maybe Arturo Vidal from Juventus maybe joining his Chilean teammate Alexis Sanchez.
That would be nice. Vidal could be a great opportunity for him. They're going to want 1 or 2 big players to move in, some change, something to add that extra chance, because listen, all the teams are going to be looking for the summer transfer signings, and if Arsenal doesn't pick up 1 or 2 big players, they won't be able to be title contenders.
And we know they need some sort of reinforcement for the summer. Michael, we head now to our next subject, and Arsenal at least have some silverware following this season. One club that has nothing to show is Real Madrid. The disappointing season meant the Merengues showed manager Carlo Ancelotti the way out, and it didn't take the Madrid Giants very long to name the new boss at the Santiago Bernabeu.
Real Madrid has named their new manager. It did not take long for the Merengues to appoint a new boss after sacking Carlo Ancelotti. Rafa Benitez left Napoli and returned to his childhood club at the age of 55 with much enthusiasm. The Spaniard is taking control of one of the most demanding jobs in club football, and all the expectations are to deliver major trophies immediately.
I have a great team that works, and we want to win titles. We want the team to play well, and I would like to think with my work this team will have confidence.
Benitez has been the manager of many top clubs such as Valencia, Liverpool, Inter Milan, and Chelsea, but his return to Real is very special as he began coaching at Real's youth academy in 1986. Benitez signed a 3-year contract and believes the squad he's inheriting is one of the best he ever managed. This is good since he needs his team to be competitive from the start. With his dream job now a reality, Benitez has to deal with the questions of who to sign and who to let go during the summer transfer window. And even on his first day in the hot seat, everyone wanted to know the key targets.
My plan is to enjoy this team, and today, my first day, I don't want to focus on individual aspects of the team. We have a great team, very competitive, and I will try to enjoy it regardless of their individual names.
Benitez is now Real Madrid's 8th coach in 10 years. He needs to fix a terrible record of only 1 Spanish title in 7 years, despite the fact this club has some of the best players in the world. After losing out this year to Barcelona in La Liga and Juventus in the Champions League semi-finals, the focus will be to bring back the glory the club so desperately desires. Real Madrid have been seen as second best next to rivals Barcelona, and the manager knows they will need to do better next season.
We want to improve the way that we were training in the past. We want to use our methodology. We want to do things in the way that we have done in the past, and that's allowed us to win a lot of trophies. So just it's our idea, nothing else.
As Real Madrid looks towards the future with Rafa Benitez, the club and fans will all be hoping the new manager is the right man for the job.
Michael, there's some criticism on this. People are saying Rafa Benitez is not as big a name as Carlo Ancelotti, Jose Mourinho, the man who was before. Guess what? Pep Guardiola was not a big name before he took on Barcelona. Look where he is. Even Luis Enrique. So maybe this is the right direction. It's not the big name. Maybe it's something else.
Yes, Benitez has been, said, how can he replace Ancelotti, who is a bigger name? But you can't forget, he's a very well-respected manager who's shown to be a winner.
He did win a Champions League with a team that's not one of the best in Europe.
He won the Champions League. He won La Liga twice with Valencia. He's been, with Liverpool, Chelsea, Napoli, Inter. He's been all over, and he's shown success. So despite the fact that he isn't the same name as Mourinho, he's still a top manager. He's well respected, and it's a very good opportunity for him and the club.
Another thing that Rafa Benitez is, he's a Madrid man, which Ancelotti and Mourinho are obviously not. Guardiola was a kind of man that grew up and born and raised in Barcelona. Maybe this is what Benitez can be for this club.
A local boy is always promising. The fact that he grew up in Madrid, he managed there, he played there. It's something very beautiful, and it could be a beautiful storyline for him in the end. But don't get me wrong, there's still going to be pressure. There's still going to be the need for him to perform and get this team a title, because as we saw with Ancelotti, he won his first year, didn't win the second year, and they sacked him. So the first year, the first day, it's going to be him winning trophies.
Because the big question is, how much patience will they have in Madrid? Can he say, if he doesn't win a trophy, whichever trophy, maybe even the King's Cup will not be enough, what happens in a year if he doesn't win the championship or the Champions League.
We see this time and time again, especially at big clubs as Real Madrid. If he doesn't win, they will sack him instantly. So yeah, he is a local boy, but it doesn't change anything. The fact of the matter is he needs to win trophies from the start. And hopefully, for his sake, he'll be able to do that and keep his job.
And shortly, any players coming in, going out, Bale, maybe Ronaldo?
They're saying Bale, Ronaldo possibly leaving. There's going to be a lot of rumors in the next couple of weeks. Who's going to come, who's going to go. We'll just have to wait and see who the big names are.
A club to follow as always, Real Madrid. Michael Friedman, thank you very much for being with us today.
Thank you.
And that's it for this weekend edition. Don't forget, you can watch this and every other show on our website at i24news.tv, also on Facebook and on Twitter. Thank you for watching and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye-bye.